Hello there, fellow collectors. If you are watching this video, it's because you already bought the kit Fall of the Bad Comedian. Thank you so much for your support. This part is related with the experimental pieces that I leave with the kit, and I call it experimental because I didn't test it. Basically, forget my wings in the figure was a donor. The figure from Thundercracker, Fall of Cybertron, I think it was the deluxe class. So I found that one in a flea market, really cheap. So that's the reason why I just cut the wings and make all the arrangements to install it here in the legs of my figure. It works pretty nice, and actually the wings that I modeled are pretty much the same than these ones, but of course I didn't print it and test it, so it's the reason why I'm calling that experimental. So if you print out the shaft that I model together with the wings, you will find that these wings will have this piece here that will allow to install this kind of shaft. This is like a mushroom pack, you can see here, and then it will allow the wings to rotate. Also, you will need to make a small hole in that mushroom pack in order to have that bolt there. It will go through the leg, and that is why I call it an advanced customization, because you will need to modify your figure, right? So this is gonna be a hole there. The hole will be through this small point here. This point is symmetrical to another point that is here. So I used that small square there to drill the hole, and then go with the bolt through, and then I fixed the mushroom pack there, and then I assembled the rest of the wing. So it was pretty straightforward, not too complicated. And there is some additional pieces that are called the wing hooks, or the leg hooks. I don't remember exactly what was the name I gave to this, but the main idea with these hooks are to keep the legs on position when it's in the spaceship mode. I don't know if you already noticed, but I went for a spaceship mode that is a fan mode. The official mode was quite bad, so I choose a fan mode that I saw on internet, and then I tried to potentialize that one because I like it. I like very much this Galvatron because it's the only one with this ability of triple change, so I didn't get rid of any mode. All the country, what I did was to make the spaceship mode pop up. So quickly I'm going to transform the figure, so you can see what is the purpose of these small parts here, and also how we do the spaceship transformation, because remember, this is an alt mode that is fan mode, so it could be quite tricky to see just by pictures. Unfortunately, I have not the skills yet to sculpt this head in 3D, so what I did was that I took one head, this extra head that came with a KO from the figure from Megatron Combiner Wars, but it was a KO from Kung Bao. So the knockoff bring this extra head. So what I did was I removed these horns, and then I went around with green stuff and start to sculpt and all that stuff, and then I get copy of this head with what is the name of this? Fuck, I forget it. I really forget it. God damn it, I'm so old now. Why I cannot remember. Anyway, this fuck, Milliput. Yes, Milliput. This is Milliput. I'll remove the horns. Then I sculpt around the desired shape, which is more or less IDW shape, and then when I get the final appearance, I just make a copy with milliput with this blue stuff. And this is a pretty common technique, this going around in YouTube, so you will find it easily. But actually this head is a copy of this one that I will call the original one. So from this one I went to this one and this one. This one is for a friend of mine. So after I finish this video, I will take it down and send it to my friend. And I also include, of course, in this special head a transformation gimmick, because the chest is quite wide, so you will have a lot of possibilities. But in my case, I want to go with the IDW appearance, with the horns, and try to keep the proportion and all the stuff. And that's the reason why with the horns you will not go in, but you will have plenty of room there. Anyway, I just make a transformation gimmick for this one, and you can go inside, and as you can see, there is plenty of room here to bring the head inside the figure, and then you will get totally get rid of that gimmick of the headmaster that I don't like it. I mean, it's not a bad one, but it's not my favorite one. I also transformed the headmaster into a mini Megatron, as I already give away those spots to transform this headmaster into this mini Megatron. The headmaster gimmick will still able to be used with this support here on the head. The neck piece will still support the headmaster gimmick if you want, but of course it's especially designed to be removed. I already give also this kind of adapters, but in case that you want to do something that is not this type of head, you can build around this new head piece. Actually can show up this one. I can show that one. Yes, of course. You see, I can take this head off because I made this special adapter here. And then you can also install the gimmick, the headmaster gimmick there. Let me show you. Do you see that this is a square profile combined with a round profile? So mostly all the profiles available to install a head will be compatible with this one. So you can still install the headmaster gimmick. We're going good. And then you can try to use it like to keep it in position. That is good. And then you can use it in the spaceship cockpit or whatever. But in this case, I will say I will leave my original head, doesn't matter. Now the mechanism will allow you to do that. If you want to keep the headmaster gimmick, of course, the mask should be removed in order to get all the inner space in the chest. But what I did for this face, just to showcase how it would work, I will magnetize this thing with these small magnets. Yeah, of course. And then you can still use the gimmick, and when you want to seat this guy in the cockpit, for example, you will need to remove the mask. Not a problem, or you can just place it there and still use the gimmick. I don't give a fuck about that, so I will prefer to use my own head, or just in case I will have also the option to use a headmaster. Anyway, so moving to the transformation, what the first we're gonna do is to transform. I'm going to the spaceship mode because this is the mode that I want to showcase. So just going up with this one here, open here, rotate, then you can close here. Good. Okay, now to transform the shoulder pads. This is the shoulder pads are a small transformer by themselves, so they are quite complex in construction, but it's doable. So you're gonna press here these towers, and you bend the horns, and then you just what else? Open here, open both sides open. Good. And now you will rotate. Okay, just going down with this again. You will going up, rotate this one here, rotate this one, 80 and 100 degrees. Now you can install the cockpit, and then you can close this one here. And to avoid that boring shape that you got here, you can raise these fins here, and then you will have a more interesting look for the cockpit. There you go. Okay, now what is next is well, we're going to proceed with the spaceship mode. So basically what we're going to do is to turn this one here, point facing forward. Of course, you already installed this one, so you can close the hand, store it there, and then you add on. Come around here, close this one. You can glue this one here. It will fit, but it's very seldom that it will fit in every single copy of the figure. So if you want to forget about that one, just glue it there. It will stay in position, and you don't need to be worried about that anymore. Okay, so let's continue with this one. So you want to rotate this one here. Now you are facing this one front. This covers for the forearm will allow you to install any kind of gun in the front, facing front in the spaceship mode. That is the reason why I did it, because it's also designed for this fine mode, because now we're gonna have the hands facing front, and then you can install, of course, any type of 5mm gun facing front. That's kind of cool. I'll probably never use it, but it's always good to have the option. Okay, what else? Go into the transformation. Just gonna open this one here. Open this one here. And close the legs. Now, instead of the normal transformation, then I'm gonna change that. And what we're gonna do is that we're gonna go in this way. Okay, now it's just to play around with this one here. There you go. Open it here. Yeah. Okay, just need to release this mechanism here. Right. It's more or less like that. All right. It's falling down because it's also going to my friend, so I don't glue it yet. Okay, and then you can open the wings, and that is a very good looking spaceship mode. Now these experimental parts are actually to be installed here. The main idea is to avoid these things like floppy or messing around, and also to have a support point in order to have these legs well done in position. So the way to install this thing is like, it will be like a hook. It will have a side, okay? So you see, this one here is like going like there to the left, and then should be able to go here in this small hole, okay? Probably need to sand it a little bit around. It's not a problem, just to make it fit nice, but I think right of the printer is coming actually quite good. Now what we're gonna do is to install it here, and this last hole that we have here, I just mess around with this hole a little bit in order to make it round, but I think it's not necessary. Anyway, yeah, this needs to move, because when you transform back the leg, if you just leave it like that, then it will hinder a little bit this movement of the ankle. So I just leave it rotate in order to rotate. When you close this lid, you can rotate this one, and then you can close this lid without any problem. Now that you are here, you just need to place this cap here. Probably a little tiny drop of glue will make the trick, but in this moment I will not glue it at all, so you can see what is exactly happening here. There you go. So now we're gonna close the feedback, and now we are able to rotate this one here, and it should be facing front like that. And the main idea is that this small hook will fit there. It just came out like that out of the printer. I didn't sand it yet, as you can see. I just barely removed the support material, and it's going quite good. So that is the idea, that this is not like floppy, and then it's well hold it in position. Same for this side. So not do the same. But the thing is that you don't want to force it, because you can break these things. So I prefer to go a little bit and with a knife I make it a little bit round shape in order to don't force the figure too much. But now you can see how it works. So when you are going in the spaceship mode, this hook should be facing front, but when you're going to transform the leg back, then you just need to rotate this one, and then it will be easy to store without hinder the ankle movement, right? So there you go. So we're going facing front again, and let's catch this hold here. Oh, that's looking good. Perfect. There you go. So this is a pretty decent spaceship mode for me. I like it very much. It's like pretty cool. So you can leave it like that, or of course the cannon will be an important part here, this spaceship mode now. Well, now the cannon has this gap filler, and will avoid that this one comes down with the pressure. But I already modified the front skid, that the original skid that it has, and installed this landing skid that is more, let's say, more similar to the aesthetics of this thread seal. It's like a big tank thread. Now we have a small one here in the front, and it's because it has a landing mode, let's say, just to say. Okay, so you see, this is also in the experimental parts, because you also need to modify this one. So be aware that if you want to have these experimental parts, you will have to modify your figure. Now you can see that the spaceship is more cohesive. I think it looks pretty good, actually. It looks pretty good. For me, for my personal taste, this spaceship mode now looks like the main mode, making even the cannon mode look like something more alternative, more optional than the spaceship mode in this case. Pilot is there, so you can see tiny Galvatron is inside the spaceship. That's pretty cool. And as I told you, these additional pods here will give you some hard points to install weaponry. If you remove the cannon, you will also have one here in the nose cone. You see, I like with the cannon, looks pretty good. And also this those adapters that they have here for the cannon in robot mode can also transform and can go up like this. Yeah, and you will have additional ports here on the side to install even more weaponry, because why the fuck no? Yes, we want more weapons, more guns. This guy is very violent, so why the hell no? There you go. Okay, let's continue with this transformation. Okay, now already transform these supports for the cannon, that, as I told you, it will work as an additional peg for the spaceship mode. So I will install this. These guns are for double dealer. Finally, I remember. And this one also will allow to have some rocket launchers here in the front, as you want. But it will be looking good. Looking very good. All right, this is the spaceship mode, and something else that you can do now that we are here. Okay, we can go into the landing mode, You can actually try to get this one as a landing mode. So what I'm gonna do is to open this one from the new hooks that we already have, and let's going to go down like this. I never tried this one on camera at least. So I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna check that this is straight against the floor. So one click more, yes, more like that. Again, going like that, and like this, and yes, it should be straight, right? Should be. Okay, yes, more or less like that. It should be good. But without to use this transformation mechanism for the Canon mode, I'm just gonna leave it like that, and then I wanna try to pull it back as much as I can. Okay, should be good like that, and then I will try to transform it again. There you go. Now the hook is doing his job, holding that position again like this. Gonna turn this one like that. Now it's like in an angle, and I can close the leg now. Yep, good. Place the hook there. Perfect. Now it's like landing. And finally, last but not least, you can drop the landing skid. You see, now it's in three positions, completely flat, and it's looking quite good, like a spaceship should look, I guess. But yeah, it is looking very good. So that is it. That's everything for this spaceship mode. I will try to have a better look at this. This is my workbench. Of course, I have some projects here on the table, but yes, this is the spaceship mode for this upgrade kit. I think it's looking great. I like it very much. That was a lot of work, but happy with the results. Hope you like it. Enjoy your figure. It's a great figure. I always have a lot of faith in this figure. It's a very good figure. Unfortunately, that spaceship mode was really terrible, but with this upgrade kit you can pull it out very nice. Yeah, I use it myself, and yet I'm not a professional YouTuber or something like that, as you already noticed, but yeah, that is pretty cool spaceship mode. Alright guys, enjoy your kit, and wish you a happy life and happy printing.
E ora un po' di studio.